How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a Cyberpunk 2077 video. Now, it's been quite some time since I made a Cyberpunk video on this channel. It's been well over a year, because obviously they took an entire year off to update this game, and today we finally have the next-gen update. It is available right now, so if you guys haven't downloaded it yet, and you guys are still interested in Cyberpunk, or if you want to come back and check out all the changes, I highly recommend you download it and check it out for yourself. But in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a summary of all the changes that are coming into this update. So this is basically for those of you that weren't able to catch the live stream, weren't able to see it for yourselves. I'm just going to give you guys a quick condensed version of what you can expect in this new update. And if you were curious as to what the new update looks like on the next-gen consoles, all the gameplay that you're seeing in the background in this video is recording on the Xbox Series X with the new update installed. So everything you see in the background video is recorded after the patch, and this is what it's going to look like on next-gen consoles. So first things first, we have this chart. This chart shows you basically everything you need to know regarding what platform you have: PS4, Xbox One, Stadia, PC, PS5, Series X, I mean, you name it. You know, basically just look at this chart, and depending on what platform you have, this chart tells you what you're going to get or what you aren't going to get. A lot of the changes aren't coming to the old platform, so if you have this on PS4 or Xbox One, you aren't getting things like ray trace shadows or improved crowd reactions. A lot of the big performance heavy changes that are coming in this update you're not going to get on last gen consoles. So that sucks for those of you that still don't have the next gen consoles yet. I know they're kind of hard for everybody to get still, but I have a Series X and a PS5, so I'm definitely going to be checking this out soon. It looks like the PS5 is getting the most features because they're getting the DualSense controller features, which is obviously something that the Xbox doesn't have. So looks like PS5 is the go-to version for the new update. So getting into the first bit of changes, the first thing I want to talk about is apartments. This has been a big request from the community ever since the game's release. The community wanted to see a reason to go to apartments. All the way up to this point, apartments have felt kind of useless. There was never really a reason to go back to your apartment. But now they're making some big changes to apartments, and now it's actually going to make sense to go back to your apartment when you're playing in the new update. So they posted this in the patch notes. They said apartments can be rented with a one-time fee when encountered in Night City or through Easy Estates website when accessed through the computer in V's Mega Building H10 apartment, so your default apartment. They become available after completing the Playing for Time quest. It's possible to rent all apartments at the same time. All apartments share the same stash. So we are getting multiple apartments. You can have the base apartment that you get, and then there are 4 more new apartments that they're adding to the game. You can see these here. We have Northside and Watson for $5,000, the Japantown and Westbrook for $15,000, the Glen and Haywood for $40,000, and the Corpo Plaza City Center for $55,000. And additionally, you can now customize V's starting apartment in Mega Building H10 with the website for $10,000. You can add different customization options. So there you go. If you guys want different apartments, if you want to customize apartments, and you want a reason to check out apartments, there you go. We have more stuff for apartments. And on top of that, there's even more reasons to visit the apartment, because they said that doing things like taking showers or going to sleep will give you a temporary buff to your perks and your XP and stuff. So now you have a reason to actually do those things. If you want to go back and rest a little bit, take a nap, boom, suddenly that now has an impact on your game, where before there wasn't really a reason to ever take a shower or go to sleep. And they also mentioned a big game changer. Now you can change your appearance in your apartment's mirror. So if you don't like the way you look, you want to change your hair, you want to change your facial structure, you want to change anything about your character, you can now do it in your mirror, whereas before you couldn't do it at all. So this is a pretty big, massive change. I'm happy for it. I think this is going to add a lot of replayability for a lot of people. This is going to fix a lot of the game's problems, and I know the modding community is going to go nuts with this. So in regards to apartments, this is a pretty massive change, and that's really, really cool. So next up, they said, what's new at Wilson's? You can check out the new items in Wilson's Second Amendment store in Mega Building H10, or look for them while exploring Night City. They've added 2 new weapons, the Dara Polytechnic Umbra Power Assault Rifle and the Budget Arms Guillotine Power Submachine Gun. So we get an assault rifle and a submachine gun. They've added 4 new weapon scopes and new type of weapon attachments. So different muzzle brake brakes and grips and just different things for your pre-existing weapons. So 2 new weapons, and then we get a bunch of new weapon attachments for the existing weapons. So that's pretty cool. Then they completely overhauled the driving mechanics. We have the ability to do burnouts, so you can just hold in the brake and you can do a burnout in the street if you want. They added a new braking system. They added new engine improvements and tweaks. They changed the first person view. Now you can see a little bit more in your car and you have a little bit more free reign of the camera inside of the car. And they basically just did a complete overhaul of the driving mechanics to make it feel a lot smoother than what it was in the base game. And, you know, that's been one of the biggest problems. That was one of the most downloaded mods, was better vehicle handling, because so many people just didn't like the vehicle mechanics. So they're doing a complete overhaul of that. That's a great change and can't wait to test that out for myself. Another big change coming to Cyberpunk in this new update is they're doing a complete overhaul of the perk system. In this update, they completely changed and rebalanced so many of the perks that when you reload your save, you're going to have to reapply all of your perks in the perk tree, because so many of the perks just got deleted or completely overhauled that they decided just to refund everybody's attribute points. So if you're starting up the game and you're getting killed and you don't understand why, it's because all your perks have been refunded and you have to go and pick and choose which ones you want. This is awesome because this gives everyone the chance to play with these new perks and do new builds, and this adds a lot of replayability to the game. Now I'm interested in starting a whole new character because of this additional content, and with all these new perks that they added to the game, you know, you essentially get a completely new playthrough with a whole new experience when it comes to combat. So I think that's awesome. They said they changed the driving mechanics for the AI, so if you do something to spook the AI, they will now drive away realistically. They will sort of panic drive if you're shooting at them, so that's pretty cool. They mentioned some new romance changes, so when you're playing through the game and you're doing some romance options with some of the characters, you will now have the option to text your romance partner a little bit more often, and once you unlock them as a full romanceable character, and once you romance a character and you unlock the ability to stay at their safe house or their apartment, they said that if you stay at their apartment, you will occasionally like wake up with your partner. I don't know if they've added the option to have sex whenever you want with your partner, but they said that there's some hidden mechanics that they didn't want to spoil in regards to your new romance options with certain characters, so that's pretty cool. They added a lot of changes to the general user interface, and they added some new quests and stuff for you to find. During the live stream, they said there was a lot of stuff that they didn't want to spoil for people, so if you're loading up the game again, definitely check out some of the new missions and stuff. I would drive around, see if you can get any deprocced. And they basically just added a ton of bug fixes and tweaks and changes to some quests. And I would recommend, if you guys have taken a long break from this game, maybe just start a new character. I feel like you're going to get the most out of this next-gen update if you just start from fresh. I know that's what I'm going to be personally doing. And then for those of you that haven't gotten the game, they have announced that there is a free trial period. So if you want to play this on Xbox or PlayStation or whatever, there is a free trial that you can download from the store, and you can test the game out for yourselves. Maybe you just want to play a couple hours. I think it's a 5-hour trial. So if you want to speed run the game and maybe beat it in those 5 hours, you have the opportunity to do so. But this is an absolutely massive update. I can see why it took them a year to do it. And yeah, if you guys want to check out the patch notes for yourselves, I will leave that link down in the comment section down below. I'll leave it as the pinned comment for you guys, and I'll probably have a couple videos going up on the channel going over like the different apartments and stuff. That way you guys can check those out for yourselves as well. But that is going to do it for this quick update video, guys. Just to sort of give you guys an overall feel of what is coming in this update. But that is going to do it for this video. If you guys want to follow me on Twitch, I stream there at SwanyPlaysGames Live. If you guys want to join the channel's Discord, that link is down in the description down below. And I will talk to you all in the next video.